Priyanka Chaturvedi, the fact is there will never be a good time. This directive principle at some point in time, like with the Ram Temple, like with Article 370, someone needs to bite the bullet and get it done. Everybody says, yes, this is a good idea. Now you're linking it to the elections, you're linking, and of course politics is an inevitable part of what's at play. But there never is a good time between having gender equality across laws, equality around succession, around marriage, around divorce, around pregnancies being terminated. Having equal laws is better than not having equal laws, and there'll never be a good time, Priyanka.
I tell you, I absolutely stand in agreement as far as the principles of bringing in a uniform civil code is concerned, and that was my opening comment. However, the timing I question simply because something that could have been achieved in 2019, at the beginning of 2019, when you came with such a massive mandate, or you could have created, like I continue to say, you should have started the conversation on it. You should have brought in the various stakeholders. So today, if the Sikh community is protesting, they should have been brought on board. They should have been explained. You should be explaining the Christian communities. You should be explaining to the tribal communities what you're planning to do. You don't go up on the stage in a political rally and start making, comments about us versus them. And again, this is not being involving of all stakeholders. You're making this about Hindus versus Muslims. And that is where the principles of UCC are being absolutely, I would say, put to death on the altar of their politics. And that is the only point I'd like to make. And just one point with regards to what Waris Pathan said about Hindu women being abandoned. Hindu women being abandoned, they have the legal recourse to fight it out in the courts. And that is the beauty of reforms. Unfortunately, we don't have this in various other communities which should have reform from within. All India Muslim Personal Law Board should have looked at bringing in more reforms to make it gender
No, but they haven't,
equal.
Which is why Uniform Civil Code is the way to do it.
We will have to create
but
something
they haven't,
madam. Gender justice.
But they haven't. Which is why Uniform Civil Code is the one way of getting it done.
They haven't. They haven't. That is exactly what I'm saying. The need for this and the discussion for this is happening because a lot of reforms that should have come from the society.
But Reena Gupta, the fact also is that in Delhi it is politically expedient to support the UCC, which is what you've done. In Punjab, your party is facing flack from the likes of Shiromani Akali Dal for the manner in which Sikhs currently marry under the Anand Act, because there are various aspects of Sikh personal law which the Sikhs would like to continue with. And while in Delhi, it's the right thing to say that there should be a UCC. In many parts of Punjab, many in the Sikh community who voted for you in the last assembly election will not like this. So AAP also is caught in that bind.
Rahul, we are very clear. We are saying we support the idea of UCC. However, we know that Bharatiya Janata Party, in the past also with several of its acts and laws, like whether it's demonetization, GST, farm laws, has done all of them very hastily. Even now the Law Commission has given only 30 days for comments, for getting comments from 140 crore people in this country. So this needs to be done properly. This cannot be an election jumlebaji. There needs to be a proper consultation with all the religious leaders, whether it's the Sikh community or it's the tribal community or it's the Parsis or the Jains. Everybody needs to be brought on board, and that is what we are saying. That you cannot do an election jumlebaji and say that we are bringing UCC. Nobody even knows what this UCC will look like, what is the draft, what is the timeline, how long it will take. So we need to bring everybody together.
Okay.
So we have said that we are in principle in support because the Constitution says that.
So when you're saying in principle you're in support, you say that you're not in support of the Anand Act. You're not in support of the Sikhs being allowed to marry the way they currently do. That's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is that the Sikh leaders need to be consulted with. There need to be nuances in the UCC. There needs to be a draft out there.
Okay.
But this is typical Bharatiya Janata Party tactics that you just try to polarize the whole country, and we are sitting on TV channels discussing UCC, whereas none of us know what the draft will look like.